Dawn Staley is the head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks, and she has taken this team that before she even came never won a championship in history and led them to 2 championships, one in 2017 and one in 2022. Just that alone, as a coach, she has been successful. But actually, this dates back all the way to when she went to the University of Virginia. She was an outstanding player in college, WNBA, high school. Then she became an even better coach. That's why I'm sitting here trying to dissect Dawn Staley and see the few things that she does that makes her so great and successful time after time. She says, discipline is being able to, in the moment, not do things that you want to do things that created the habit for you to have the temptation not to. And it's a simple mathy life equation that I just try to teach our players. Dawn Staley prides herself on discipline. She believes discipline is what helped her become so successful in her basketball career and in her coaching career. And she says she also tries to instill that into other players. Dawn Staley says this discipline came from her mother. So it came from her upbringing. She said her mother was strict. She even didn't even like her mother because she was so strict. But Dawn Staley feels like this discipline is what led her to have a more disciplined life and to translate it into basketball and to her coaching life. And just think about it. Before she came to South Carolina hadn't even won women's championship. So just her discipline alone and her implementing it to other players is what helped her have a strong dynasty in South Carolina University and as an Olympian, as a college player, and a WNBA player. The next thing that makes Dawn Staley a great coach, when she said this, communication is huge. Top of my list is to be able to communicate. And for me, communication is that some young people really don't know how to communicate appropriately in different situations. If you really have something to say, come speak to me one-on-one. Curse, scream, cry, do whatever you need to do. We can work out appropriate delivery. We can work that out. That's not an issue. That struck really home to me because most people, I know me, if someone yells at me, I am going to get defensive. But Dawn Staley understands that that's how some people express themselves. They have to yell, scream, cuss, but they're trying to get their feelings out. And she believes you can't hold that in. You have to let that all out. And she's going to be respectful when you come to her. She'd rather you come to her than to hold it in and don't say anything. And then you go out to play a terrible game. Instead of just expressing it, letting it be free, so we can move forward with whatever goal that we have in mind. She did not want any of them harboring feelings about what's going on. It's almost like she has an open door policy. And she believes that communication has helped her team be successful and has helped her become a successful coach. One thing Dawn Staley really holds true other than communication and discipline is she believes in helping people through the process, seeing what they're capable of doing and helping them get there. And how she does that is by, I just have a real desire for the process. A desire to help people do their process. Do I see it? I don't see it in all of them. They don't show me. Everyone doesn't show me it. But everybody has something inside of them. So I don't go in with preconceived. Again, I meet people where they are at. So to help people, she sees them, try to understand them, and then meet them where they're at and take them where she believes that they can go or believe where they want to go. And this is why Dawn Staley is such a great coach, because she understands she has different players on her team. She tries to understand each player and how she can communicate with each player while also allowing the player to express themselves and tell her how they feel. It's almost like she's being more than a coach, and she's being more of either a mother figure or like a friend for these players, which helps them be their best self.